You know what? I think it's time we do another sketchbook video. I think we're going to talk about filling our sketchbook while improving it. Let's do that. I'm so excited for the different things I have for you today. But first, I want to thank Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. Let me tell you a little bit about them. So Skillshare is an online learning community. There are over 25,000 different classes on here in business, design, and so many other things. If you're a curious person and you enjoy learning, this is a wonderful place for you. You can feed into your creativity, learn a couple new things, or even advance your career. Skillshare is a really wonderful place to just keep you learning and thriving. Best of all, it is super duper affordable. An annual subscription on here is less than $10 a month. And guess what? Premium membership gives you unlimited access. So that means you can join the classes you want and find a perfect fit for you. So I have a surprise for you. The first 500 subscribers of mine to use the link in the description are going to get a 2-month free trial on Skillshare. You can join over 7 million people learning and take a bunch of wonderful courses. Here's a course that I recently took and loved, and we're going to use it in today's video. I'm going to show you what I learned, and I'll also leave that link down below in case you're curious. Anyway, let's hop into the sketchbook stuff now, shall we? Do you ever feel like your sketchbook is this really intimidating place? Kind of like a storm in the middle of the ocean, and you're just drowning in all the pages, getting pummeled by the waves. You don't really know where to begin. You don't know how to get out. You don't know where to even start when you want to improve. I would recommend learning from somebody else. So that is the very first thing. Learn from other people. Sometimes it's really good to just turn off your worries and follow what somebody else is doing, and you don't realize how much you're improving in the process. So what I did is I pulled up a course on Skillshare. It was a botanical illustration course by Sarah Baccaccini Meadows. I really loved this course. I've been pushing myself to develop and refine my botanical illustration style for over a year now. And sometimes I just get really stressed out over it. So I took this course, and one of the things that really stuck with me was she emphasized not to get hung up on proportions of everything, and instead to embrace your interpretation of nature. So she applied this by showing us different textures that you can use in your piece if you're painting. Also, she showed ways to achieve like certain color palettes, and it was just really nice. It alleviated a lot of stress with finding the perfect style and gave me confidence on embracing the way I see the world and the way I express that through my artwork. Anyway, I would definitely recommend looking up tutorials or taking a Skillshare course, YouTube videos, anything you can do to just soak in some fresh knowledge and shut off that voice in your mind that says, I can't do this, and have somebody show you, yes, you can do this. You don't have to be drowning in an ocean or in your sketchbook. You can conquer it and learn new things every day. Okay, the second thing that you can do to both improve and fill your sketchbook may seem like a load of common sense. This is not a new idea, but this is a friendly reminder. A wise person once told me that you should always do a self-portrait every year or in every sketchbook if you want to see improvement. And now what they meant with this was realism. They meant anatomy, they meant proportions, they meant portraiture. If you're somebody who likes to draw people, or if you really want to improve with shading, I would totally recommend drawing yourself. Do this in every single sketchbook. Don't let up on it. It feels awkward to draw yourself, but this is why I'm telling you this. You know your body better than anybody else's. Every morning when you wake up, you probably look in the mirror when you brush your teeth. When you're stumped on what outfit you want to wear, you probably look in the mirror. When you wash your hands in a public restroom, what do? You stare in that awkward mirror right in front of you. Yeah, you know what you look like. So that means if you know every little blemish or line on your face, it means that when you draw it, you're going to be able to critique yourself really, really well because you know what you're looking at. You're looking at yourself. So if you want to get really good at critiquing yourself, this is also a really good thing to do. You will know if your drawing does not look like you, and you will know how to pick out what to fix and what to improve. It's also just as awkward every time. It doesn't ever get less awkward, but learning, gotta do it. All right, let's take a bit of a wild turn and scribble. You have probably seen this if you watch YouTube videos, but seriously guys, turn a scribble into a drawing. It is crazy what you can come up with. I mean, I didn't know what I was doing for this, but it kind of forces you to think outside the box because you're literally trying to turn some weird scribbly thing into a picture, and you really gotta just twist your mind around and push yourself. This really helps you to think on the spot. It helps you to work within limits if you're very limited. It pushes that creativity. And I find that this exercise oddly sparks inspiration. If I feel stuck and I don't know what to draw, forcing myself to create a picture out of what feels like a wasted, ruined page to me really helps. It really does. And then I get excited about drawing again because I just redeemed a page full of scribbles and turned it into something wacky and fun and wild. Like this face right here, I would never draw this normally. But because I did this scribble, we turned it into this really weird character. I mean, this is some weird stuff for me. But it's really fun. It's enjoyable. I totally encourage it if you just need some inspiration or you really need to push your creative limits. I used a lot of different art supplies for this, and at the end I looked at it and it reminded me of that character from Doug, that 90s show, and I can't remember his name. What's his name? Help me. All right. You may be thinking that this one is a bit of a stretch, but let me explain it to you because I really want you to consider doing this. I want you to write a letter to your future self, your future artist self, okay? We don't have to get too personal. You can just keep it art related like I'm doing here. But I want you to do a few things. I want you to lay your vulnerabilities down on a page. Tell yourself what you're currently struggling with. And then tell yourself some things that you're happy with about your art. Give yourself that encouragement to chew on later. And then the third thing, remind yourself why you do art. Why do you like to draw in a sketchbook? Why do you like to create? Does it give you joy? What brings you to bring a paintbrush to a page at the end of the day and create a picture? For me, my reason for doing art is for spreading love to other people, so I wrote that down. I never want to lose that vision. And now the reason why I think this will help you to improve your art later is because when you read this letter, first you're going to read your vulnerabilities, and you're going to be like, wow, I really came far. I improved in a lot of things. And second of all, encouragement. We all stress out. We're always down on ourselves. There's always something that we nag ourselves about, right? So reading that little bit of encouragement later is a good motivator to improve in the future. Now the third thing, just reminding yourself why you do what you do. It's really refreshing, encouraging, and in the future, maybe you lost sight of that and you just want to get that back. That might spark you into doing art again, or it just might be like, oh wow, this really solidifies my hobby. This is amazing. For the final way that you can fill and improve your sketchbook, you are going to need both pages. I want you to sketch the same exact thing on both pages. You don't have to get it just right, just sketch the same thing. I sketched a peach, and now on the left page, I am coloring it in with colored pencils. And I am going to practice one style on this page. Let's just say I'm going for like semi-realism here, and I'm gonna take my time, make it really precise, because I wanna get those details in. I'm gonna layer this. I'm gonna focus on all these colors here. So I'm focusing on yellows, oranges, purples, and some green for the leaves, you know? But that purple, that soft little purple thing in there, okay? That layer is what's just really creating softer tones for this peach. And now I'm gonna remember that color, okay? I'm gonna remember that for my next page. But first, I'm gonna focus on these details and really, really refine them. So we did some layering, we added some more purple. It's looking semi-realistic, right? I would say we could wrap that up. Now let's bust out some paint, okay? We're gonna do the same thing, but now we're gonna use some paint. Now I'm using some gouache, if you're curious, and I am going to change my style. We're getting really loose and gestural now, okay? I'm just slabbing some paint down. I am not blending this. We are just doing a very gestural style, and we're gonna see where this takes us. But I am gonna remember that purple color because I am going to bring that baby out in this piece. See that bright purple around the edges? Boom! And you see that like reddish color? Joke's on you, because in real life it's pretty pink. We are really bringing out those purpley pinks because we are getting playful with our styles. So that's what I'm going to encourage you to do. I want you to take 2 different styles and maybe 2 different mediums, whatever you want. You can get funky with this. This is your sketchbook. But yeah, do the same image and 2 different things. Let yourself experiment and have some fun, because this is your place. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you feel like you have some inspiration to improve your artwork. Let me know what you think down below, and if you've ever tried any of these. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Have a great day. Bye.